Okay, so article.
vlogging?
Yes.
Can you Binza also? No, no, not my face.
Why do you want your face? Why you want your face? How to be the star of my vlog?
You need to do like.
Oh, okay.